Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Spencer. We are sitting here having our morning coffee today, and we have a pretty fun cheers. Cheers to you guys as well. Grab your coffee. We have a fun topic we're going to talk about today: how to prepare your business to take months off, creating the real estate lifestyle you want. I feel as though a lot of agents that I talk to just don't think this is a realistic thing you can do in your real estate business. It takes intentionality, but this is how we've truly run our business over the last few years, is being able to just dip and be gone for a good amount of time when we want to, and still take excellent care of our clients. And so we're going to probably go a few different directions. Like, what do we do to prepare before we leave to make sure our business is running smoothly while we're gone? How do we handle clients while we're gone? And then some tidbits for our buyers and sellers, maybe to give them some peace of mind of we're still working for you. But Spencer,
man, this is a cool life. Seriously, it's a cool life. I don't know. Think about this, though. When you first got in the business, 2017, 15.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
15.
You've been in the business since 15?
Yeah. It's when we graduated high school.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
because you got it that same year. Wow.
Yeah.
You are a veteran at this point. 2015 seems so far away, but when I thought and think of the technology that was being used then versus now, the capabilities, AI, your phones, the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so weird. I don't think when you first started, it was probably just starting, maybe, of people being able to do podcasts like we do, or get on social media, do a live video, live stream, or even take listing videos. That type of stuff is unheard of.
It was new back then.
And so I think maybe this could be an education tool, not only for you buyers agents, sellers agents, but for buyers and sellers in general, if you're coming across this video, because I got asked the same exact question right before I left for a trip previously.
Okay.
It was, we get a listing, we're servicing the listing, keeping up to date with everything, but I am transparent with the client, and I say, hey, I'm actually going to be, out of town from this date to this date, but don't worry, I'm going to take excellent care of this listing and servicing it. And it came to be more of an educational piece because here was the feedback.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is a close person to me. They say, Spencer, I'm nervous. And they called me at 9 at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh, oh boy, here we go. And this is somebody I know. So I could only imagine what a client might feel like.
Totally.
I'm
agent's abandoning me.
Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable
Yes.
with you not even being around. How are you actually servicing me? Why am I giving you this paycheck? How is my house even getting sold?
Yeah.
It's
a real concern.
All of these questions, man.
Yep.
And
I get it.
I would have, if this is you and you're wanting to leave on a vacation, but you're wrapped up in a lot of business or even referral-based business, have your checklist, have your check boxes, because here's the deal. You're going to get an objection.
Yeah.
In agents, how are you going to handle that objection? I think that is one of the big key pieces. Now, you don't have to tell everybody your life. You can keep these things hidden while continuing your business. That's not keeping a secret from your client or anything. You want to be fully transparent, just like I mentioned.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I'm going to be gone for X amount of time, but I'm going to be back, and this is what we're going to do, because nowadays we can actually perform and do this. Back in the day, imagine if I was the only guy with the key. Imagine if I was the only guy with this MLS sheet. Imagine if we had to do in-person offers and presentations like it used to be.
Right.
Now you don't need any of that.
I want to hear how you prepare for a listing, to take a listing that is going to go live, what you do before you leave. Say you're gone for a whole month or more, what do you do before you leave so that the listing can go live while you're gone and things can still go smoothly and it be advertised? But I also do want to add that there is a difference, though, between, okay, I'm taking a week-long vacation as an agent and then I'm getting right back to my life, versus kind of what we're talking. Yes, a lot of what we're talking about can 1,000,000% still apply to that, but I think this is a little bit more of a lifestyle of staying somewhere for a bit of an extended period of a time. I would say
a month plus, 2 months plus.
Because here's the difference, guys. If we were gone, say we were busy, in real estate, hardcore selling, and we wanted to get away for a week, we'd probably be like, oh, we need just to be off our phones for a week. We're going to take a week. You know what I mean? And that's when agents say I'm going to be away from my phone for a week. You can contact my transaction coordinator, or they pass their business on to someone else. That's not what we're talking about, because while we're gone, while we are out of the area, living somewhere else for a month or however long, we are still 100% working. So that's the difference. We're not like out of the office sending out that I'm out of the office email. We've done those type of vacations, but we truly enjoy this so much more. So yes, this can apply to that, but I just do need to clarify, because what we're talking about is like, yeah, you're out of the office. Obviously you're pulling back. You're not like working all day long, but like you're very much still working for your clients, answering phone, advertising. We're podcasting every day here. Like we're working. So go ahead and answer that question I asked.
Okay,
Sorry.
so well, while you touched on it too, though, my experience over the years of being a licensed realtor now is honestly create this to be a lifestyle. I simply,
it's such a good life.
I hate it when I send an email and it bounces back. I'm sorry, I'll be out of the office until X date next time. I personally don't do that. I know that if I get an email, I tell my clients I'm a 24/7 agent.
Yeah.
There's a reason, okay? I really, truly love what I do. Mariah loves what she does. If a client's asking a listing of mine, going to her, she's actually forwarding it to me. We create this to be a lifestyle. So there's never this ignorance, because don't forget, you're in the service industry.
Yes.
And if you're not servicing that client when in need, guys, you're going to be left behind. They're going to go find that other agent. You're going to get fired, okay? So that's my recommendation. If you are doing out of the office,
it's
of course, you can communicate, but maybe tell your client, hey, if you need me, text me, call me, I'm there. If you need to set boundaries with people, great, set them, but get back and respond within 24 hours.
Yes,
always. I personally am not a fan of the bounce back email of, hey, I'm on vacation. It's kind of like, look at me, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to servicing the listing before we're gone, the preparation side. So what I always want to do, if you don't have a sign guy and the lockbox, I would say those are like one of those two key pieces, especially for a seller that they need to see, because that's visual. If you have a listing that's for sale but there's no sign, guys, it can get a little bit tricky. And that's simply because you're not there to put the sign in the yard. Now, if your company provides you with a sign guy, as I call them, awesome. You just eliminated that, because usually the sign guy puts up that and the lockbox. Now, say you don't have a sign guy. Well, maybe pay somebody, okay? But prepare before you leave, okay? Whether you have a house, whether you have a storage unit, your signs are located somewhere. You need to make sure they're well organized, ready to be put up, so you can communicate with a friend, family member, or hire somebody to put that sign in the yard. Okay? You come up with whatever fee you want. I know there's companies that will go out and do that. Now, that leads me into letting you know it's not a hands-off experience when you're out of town.
Nope.
You're always going to be communicating with somebody, because guess what? Your boots are not on the ground here. Okay? And that involves a little bit of extra costs. Okay, there are going to be a little bit extra costs, because like I said, you might need to pay a sign guy. You might need to pay somebody to come out and take care of some yard maintenance, or remove something from the home that's asked of you because the photo wasn't right. There's all types of situations a seller and or buyer will put you in. And one of the things in this industry, you never know what you're going to have to deal with until it comes in. Okay, so there's one of those things about being prepared. You need to have a contact. Wherever the area is you're working in, servicing that listing, you need to make sure somebody can be reached and head out to the property within 1 to 2 days of your client asking you this needs to be done. I would really think that's big. Now, right now, for instance, I'm dealing with some contracts. Buyers are under contract. Well, how are you servicing that buyer to get them to the closing table? I believe in previous shows we've talked about buyer steps to get through that escrow process, a successful close of escrow. Well, there are steps, and one big step is the inspection.
Yes.
We need to make sure that you can have the inspector let in the home of some way.
So just to clarify, though, you're talking about a buyer gets under contract and then you leave before the inspection happens. And usually, like when we've left, we've been able to make it work so that we just, our inspector can come out usually really quick. We make it work so that we can do it before. You know what I mean? Like even if it's like the next day, really quick. But sometimes that does happen, and you can share about that.
And while you're gone, I mean, you need to make sure you have that inspector allowed access. Whether, honestly, you're communicating with your seller or the seller's agent, that's often somebody that'll do the work for you while you're gone, FYI. But, you just need to. It's really important. Okay. So there are things, and that's where when your boots aren't on the ground, you really have to just back up, prepare, and make sure your ducks are in order
Yes.
to get to a successful close of escrow.
Yes, I agree 100%. And back to what you were saying, though, real quick about listings. So he mentioned you don't have to tell everyone. So here's my philosophy on this. If I'm speaking to you agents right now because I know a lot of agents are probably confused about this. So if I have a client, any client who is a friend, acquaintance of mine, who is friends with me on Facebook or Instagram, you know what I mean, is going to be seeing that maybe I post a picture and I'm, in another country or whatever. I don't want them thinking, like, the last thing I want is them assuming and being like, oh, Mariah's not working for me. So it's always best to be transparent and tell them, guys, I will be out of town. We still have our transaction coordinators with us. We're working daily. We're still absolutely working with you, like whatever. Explaining those things, I think having those conversations is really important. And then they can take it or leave it. I've only had good responses. But like you mentioned, if I have a for sale by owner, for example, I've got for sale by owner listings right now. They do not know me. We are not friends on Facebook. We don't know each other in life outside of real estate whatsoever. And it is, quite frankly, none of their business that I'm out of town. I'm answering the phone just the same. I'm coordinating showings just the same. I'm doing everything I would do for them if I was in town, exactly the same for their listings. And so I do not need to be saying, oh, just a heads up, Judy, I'm going to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that would just cause some
kind of
ruffles.
Shoot yourself in the foot.
Yes, there's no point. You don't need to disclose it to everybody that you are working with unless you're close with them in real life, because then you would probably tell them, you know what I mean?
They're going to find out you're gone.
Yes.
And so to my point, though, of educating your client, I think a big one is educating the current sellers you're working with. So the listings you got prior to leaving,
yes,
those are really important.
Yeah.
Because nowadays real estate's changed.
Yeah,
it has. You can do majority of things online. And what I say is, well, you got a cell phone, right? They say yes. I say I got one too. My life is created in a mobile office, basically. And I always take a photo or something while sitting in my car. Us realtors, we all know this. Yeah. We spend the most time of our day in our cars, whether it's showing homes or driving to sellers, listing appointments, going to get lunches, breakfasts, whatever, with lenders, your escrow team. You need to transport in your car. And so I said, here's the deal. Any showing that comes through is coming through me. It's coming through me. And if you're worried about the access, well, I put a WVMLS lockbox on these doors. Whatever MLS system you're part of, I highly suggest you get those type of lockboxes, not contractor lockbox codes. Here's a tip. Put a WVMLS or whatever lockbox you need secure that only realtors can access on the front door, but do a secondary key around the side, contractor lockbox code.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
So you have two lockboxes for individuals not with that particular MLS key. And that helps you with your vendors that might need to come in through that escrow process. Okay. So there's putting those things in place that's going to make your life a little bit more convenient.
Yeah.
But I mentioned to him, I got a cell phone just like you. The way it works is we take listing photos. Well, the listing photographer gets access through one of those lock boxes. The home's already vacant. The home's ready to show. I've scheduled it with you. We take the photos the next day. It's listed on the MLS. Then my marketing really gets started.
Yeah.
Marketing's not in person anymore. I'm not necessarily door knocking every door before a home gets listed. Now, if that's part of your business model, awesome. That might be somebody you need to go pay to go door knock the whole neighborhood and pass out flyers. Your neighbor's home's for sale. Well, guess what? That only gets you more business usually. Sometimes the sale comes from that, sometimes. But generally, us agents, we're door knocking the neighborhood to go get another listing and say, look at me. I'm selling in this area. When are you looking to sell?
Yeah, that's true.
While you're gone, it's going to be pretty hard to get those sold. Now, you need to find a referral partner. That's that secondary backup is if one of those people were to call you from a sign call and say, hey, I'm a neighbor, Judy, and I'm looking to sell my house. I see you're selling so-and-so's 2 doors away. You need to have somebody in line. If you're not in time to come back home in a month, 2 months, whenever the time frame is, you need to have a referral partner.
Yes. I was just going to go there with the conversation because say you are gone, like a little bit ago, we were gone for 3 months, which is different from being gone for 1 month. When you are gone for 3 months, clearly you're not helping your buyers. Obviously, you're not showing them houses. You're either going to have a showing assistant. We've never gone that route. We've just personally referred the buyers that come in. Obviously, you're not making as much. You get a referral fee, but if you're still prospecting and getting leads coming in, you can still be making money while you are away going that route. So what are your thoughts on keeping your business flowing, because we all know you stop prospecting and your business stops. And yes, if you're living this way, say you're taking 3 months out of the year, you're gone, like you're probably going to sell less houses than if you were gone 24, home 24/7. However, you can still have a successful business, and real estate can still be a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. And I would never have the trade-off, because time is so valuable. But what are your thoughts on keeping your business running, not just completely stopping the flow while you're gone?
Yeah, so I mean, it's undeniable while you're gone, things are generally going to slow down. You're not prospecting the way you were while you're at home. Okay, so you're not probably going to be cold calling and saying, "Hey, let's set up an appointment 2 days from now at 1 p.m." You're not there to do that.
I tried that. I got so excited when we were in Miami for, I mean, it wasn't even a month. It was just a few weeks or something. We were in Miami a little bit ago, and I was so excited that new expired listings came up. I think we just bought a new dialer for the first time that we were trying out.
I think I did, yeah.
And we just bought this new dialer, and the day expireds come up is the best day to call, because there's so many and whatever. And I was so excited. I left and went to a coffee shop while Spencer and Astrid were at the beach. It was
probably the first or second of the month.
Yes, it was. And I was cold calling, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done something else that's a little bit more like spend your time doing marketing, for example, post marketing your business online while you're gone. Those kind of things are a better use of time, because if you're away, if you're going to be away for a while, you can't really be setting up appointments. That's why it was a waste of time. You can be setting up appointments if you're going to be back in a few days. Sure, cold call, but that's kind of my feelings on it. You go ahead.
Yeah, so if you're going to be gone away, expect that, your business numbers, your gross income, your monthly listing rate, your average buyers per month, they're going to go down. But here's the deal that I would try to do and resolve this problem by creating a team.
Yeah.
Your team is going to be helping you.
Yeah.
Will you be making less off of these transactions and sales because you're probably just going to be sending referral fees? Of course.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, whether you're traveling or not, you're still going to generate some type of income.
Yeah.
We all know as realtors, man, this is a hard business to crack.
Yeah.
You're always going to be flying because you need to get the next commission.
Yeah.
It's a commissions-based business.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we're not doing fiduciary duties for clients, but in order to get a paycheck, it's through a commission.
Yeah.
That's a sale. So when you have less sales, you're going to be hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
What I would highly suggest we start doing is finding different ways to create revenue.
Yeah.
Whether it's social media platforms, YouTube channels, coaching, or just through stock markets too. There's other revenues that you can take.
Gotta diversify.
So that's what I would say. Diversify your income in some ways, because truly you don't want to put all your eggs in this basket.
Yeah.
I mean, not that, hey, if real estate's bad, you're not going to make it. Of course, you're always going to go through, because that's what we do. Yeah. We're going to grind. We're going to go. We're going to talk as many conversations as needed to generate business, wealth, and income so we can put food on the table.
Yeah.
But expect those numbers to be less. Build that team.
Yeah.
Okay? Build the team, whether it's the vending team or your referral partners. I truly believe if you can find 2-3 agents in specific counties or areas surrounding you, spread it out so those agents aren't having to drive an hour, 2 hours, you will be a lot more successful and well off.
Yeah.
Because of the team you've generated and created. Because I promise you, if you have current existing business, listings for instance, you're going to get calls. Yeah. You're going to get calls saying, hey, I'm looking to sell this house, or it's a buyer coming in. I'm looking to buy this house. Yeah. Well, you got to coordinate that buyer with somebody. Yeah. Why miss that opportunity? Yeah. So have a trusted agent ready to go, and maybe communicate with that agent prior to you leaving. Hey, while I'm gone, if I get call-ins, I'd like to use you as a representative. Are you willing to do that at this referral fee? Great.
Yeah. That is really, really key. And I think that I used to think if you were going to go that route, you have to have a team. You have to have a agent under you. That does not have to be how it looks at all. You could simply find an agent who you vibe with, maybe an agent you've done a transaction with that did a great job, or a friend of yours that's an agent. They do not have to be at the same brokerage as you even, and it doesn't have to be this official partnership. Simply go to lunch with them and ask if, hey, I'm out of town. You want to take my referrals? I trust you. I know you're going to do a fabulous job for my clients. And then you guys, build this relationship together. They do not have to be a team member of yours or anything like that. Right. Yeah.
So that gets me to my point, though, as well, when you're dealing with a seller, is while you're gone, you're dealing with a lot of things online. So the photos are up, but then how do showings get booked? A lot of sellers don't even realize, the separation between agency relationship too. And when I'm in a listing appointment, getting ready to list the home, that's my education piece. Okay. Mm-hmm. My role versus the buyer's agent's role. My role is to market. My role is to get buyers in the home. My role is to create money coming in to get you the best offer. Now, as a good listing agent, you need to put money behind your listings. You can't just cross your fingers, press enter, as I would say, and post it on an MLS. Yeah. That is what the most basic agents will do. That's what the 1%ers, 1.5%ers do. You need to create value. If you want to win listings, go and create value. What you're going to be doing to service that client. Yeah. Okay, it's very, very important. And during that listing appointment, you need to share all of the things you do. Yeah. The marketing's all online. It's paid for, baby. So money, drive. That's why I'm saying real estate's a hard game, because sometimes you need money to go and push your listings out there for more exposure. Yeah. There's nothing better than when you have a seller that follows you on Facebook and they see their home listing and out there for them.
I agree.
I think that's unbelievable, because it's the best compliment you can do. That's exposure. Yeah. That's what you're paid to do. Yeah. Through that exposure, it's not your job to be personally showing the homes.
Yep. No. Yeah. I think sellers are confused about that sometimes, but it's true. That's
exactly
not how it works. Yes, you advertise it to the other agents, and then they all go show it.
So prepare for this objection handle question.
Yes,
Spencer, how are you going to sell my home while you're gone?
Yeah.
Prepare for that.
Exactly.
How are you going to sell my home while you're gone?
Okay, to finish off, let's just throw out there some ideas, brainstorm for you agents, and even for us, just chattering amongst ourselves for our business. What are some things, some ideas that agents can do? Say you're like Mariah, because guys, I actually hear this all the time. I have agents reach out to me through our other YouTube channel, one of our other YouTube channels, and they tell me all the time, I'm very inspired by the way you guys run your business, you and your husband, your family, because it is unconventional. It is different from how many agents do. We do carve out time to be able to, be in Mexico for a month or whatever amount of time. We are able to do that, but we still have a great business. Real estate is still her life. And so this is a question I know people are asking. What are some things that they could do, or that we personally could do while we are away out of the area, that are things you can do to still keep business flowing in? You know what I mean? To still be maybe not so much prospecting, marketing your business without obviously spending all your time, because the point of this is like lifestyle. Yeah.
You know what I love to do?
What do you love?
I love actually working in my CRM system while I'm gone. It actually gives me a motivation to go in there and do the things that I've forgotten to do over the past busy months, in organizing it, and then contacting all the people, whether it's buyer or seller, that I have listed as like long-term client lead, long-term buyer, long-term seller, nurture client, nurture seller. I think that's a really, really valuable thing to do. A, you're cleaning up your CRM, but B, you're posting and making sure you are ready to go when you are back home. You're getting the pipeline laid, as I stated. You need pipe in order to get paid, guys. And the longer this line gets, the better it's going to be for you. Yeah. And that's what I would suggest you do just throughout your day. And then ultimately, here's one tip, though, that I would say. Through the years when we have traveled, I've posted on stories and on my personal pages, like my travel experiences, the family. I think in a way that does hurt you. So maybe do like a collection of your travels and then post them when you're home. So at least when you're home, you're down on ground prospecting then, and you're able to actually go and get appointments. I just felt like when I've done that in the past, posted and just said, oh, I'm here. Obviously you want your family and friends to see your experiences. It's fun. You're showing them where you're at. People are actually concerned for Mariah and I, where we're at.
Please don't be concerned.
It's amazing.
We are safer here than.
And so my point is, though, like, maybe keep your personal life while traveling maybe a little bit more personal. Not saying that you can't post things. I've just seen it hurt us a little bit with the amount of reach outs that we generally have, whether it's through Facebook, Instagram, social media, or even on Google. Somehow, our names, they're out there if you Google them.
Here's my thoughts on that. I agree. I actually heard in a real estate podcast recently talking about this. They were saying in the real estate podcast, they were like, your clients, your friends, your family, people that are going to work with you or that are working with you, they want to think that you're working 24/7. They do not want to see your booty sitting on a beach. You know what I mean? Not while you're getting paid this big amount to them. They think it's this huge amount and you're doing no work, and it's not how it is. But that's their image of it. They want to see you working 24/7 hustling, which is so true. And so, yes, because we have made that mistake in the past of like gone for months and we're posting pictures every day of this blissful, wonderful experience, and people maybe don't reach out because one, they are like, well, you're away, why we're not going to work with you, so you stop getting those referrals. But then two, they're like, I
don't want to pay someone that's already successful in a way.
That, yes, and
I've thought of it that way too.
Or they're like, I don't want to bother you. I hear that all the time. I don't want to bug you while you're on vacation. Please still bug us. And by the way, we sponsor and mentor agents at our brokerage, Real Broker. And if you want more information on that, you can find it in the comments or reach out to us. But if you're an agent, we choose to do this lifestyle. We want to hear from you. Please don't stop asking us your questions. We're here to still do Zoom calls while we're here. Don't feel like you can't reach out to us while we're away. But
can I end with, I'm not going to cut you off.
I had something else to say, and then you can end. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So lastly, though, about your point, though, about content. So here are my thoughts about how I plan to do things differently this time around versus last time is instead of maybe all of the posts of your vacation, like you said, if you have photos you want to share, maybe just share them all at once, when you're home or whatever, instead of like every single day on your stories of like never ending vacation. Right. Instead of doing that, take clips here and there, and it doesn't even have to necessarily look like you're on the beach. Maybe go to a cute coffee shop in the area and get a quick snippet of you working on your laptop or talking on the phone, or just of your coffee, of your breakfast. Like, you can still be taking clips, and then when you have something to say, repurpose them with a real estate thing. Instead of like only vacation, like talk about interest rates with the video of you at the coffee shop. Talk about how you help your clients, whatever, instead of making it all vacation. That's like my plan for now. So I think
that's huge because I do kind of sometimes stalk my wife.
Don't make our mistake.
Not in a bad way, but like, I'm like, dude, she's so much better at social media than me.
I'm not very good at it.
Well, your stories, your content, it's just so much more cleaner.
Thanks.
Me as a guy, I'm like, let's post it. Let's do a quick little video walkthrough and put some background music and we're good. But Mariah's right, though. Collect that content.
There's ways to do it. You don't have to just like can it all, but there's ways to do it better than we did because we have made those mistakes. So,
So I'm going to end. I'm going to end with a quick little story here, okay?
Wrap it up.
So this is actually last week. This is a conversation. I'm a wrestling coach as well. Mm-hmm. In the winter months, I like to do my evenings. It's not a full-time job, guys. It's a part-time little thing, and I love giving back. That's what wrestling is to me. Yeah. It's giving back to the community I came from and serving the youth. Yeah. Now, I'm at a wrestling tournament last week, and I have one of my old coaches that I grew up with, a club guy. I wrestled since I was 4, and he says, Spencer, how's real estate? That number one question that we all get asked as real estate agents. How am I prepared to answer that? I'm not gloating. I'm not puffing. I'm just giving him the realities of what I do. And I knew there was a key to his question, though. It's not just he's trying to create conversation. He's a smart man. He's a businessman. And he says, well, I'm trying to figure this out because my son, he's in the transition. He's a senior in high school. He's looking to enroll. And all of his friends are going to college. We're thinking about enrolling him into college. But, man, what do you think of your industry? And I'm like, I think it's a great thing to have. I think anybody and everybody should at least try to get a real estate license and hang it somewhere. I think it's amazing because at the end of the day, you won't know whether you like it or not if you don't dive in. Because the majority of people that do dive into this industry, they stay with it. If they're any good, though, that's the key difference. You want to be not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I say get your license because it's going to force you because there's money behind getting your license. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I know that if he got his license, he's going to enjoy it. Now, will he enjoy it as much as going to college? Well, off the bat, college is fun. But what I can tell you is if you are unaware of what you're wanting to do in life or the industry that you're going into, his other friends, he mentioned, they know their career. They know their path. We just don't know where my son's wanting to be. Now, can you grow up into where you want to be in 5 years? Of course, through your school experiences. Yeah. But he was asking me more about the trade work driven mindset of it. Yeah. And there was nothing better than being a realtor, I told him. Yeah. And I explained to him our experiences, how we operate our business. It's not all just commission-based income as well. We're creating different sides of wealth throughout our systems.
Yeah.
And he really enjoyed that. And being a young man that he actually ended up coaching, he just says, "Man, Spence, you're looking to retire early, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Not necessarily retire, because honestly, I want to work forever. You can do many things, even when you're older.
Yeah.
But what I want to do is encourage people to understand you don't have to live in this box."
Yep.
And I truly believe, nothing wrong with the way I grew up, but like there was this box mindset.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, when I was growing up, it was get good grades, do very, very well in sports. Wrestling was my sport. Go to college for free. Go get that scholarship, because I knew my home life couldn't pay for that experience, couldn't pay for that degree that I was needing. Okay. Now, degrees are awesome. Education is great. If you don't have the purpose, though, like engineering, doctor, dentistry, whatever it may be, explore your options.
Yeah.
Explore it, because
there's so many options in this world.
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing, guys.
And going back to our title, creating the real estate lifestyle you want. That's the beautiful thing about this industry, is you can create the lifestyle you want. You're not just here checking off a box, going to work every day, coming home, whatever, asking for a week off here and week off here.
And that was
it's
the
the
point,
lifestyle.
Is that lifestyle that we were creating and are creating.
You can't put a price tag on it. You cannot.
And that's why he says, "Spencer, you're looking to retire early."
Yeah.
No, I'm not looking at this as a retirement lifestyle. I'm just looking at lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
to end the show with that,
Right.
I think this is amazing. If you have any questions, tips, comments, tricks that you do while on vacation or even out of country for months at a time, and you structure your business in certain ways, drop them in the comments. Feel free to reach out. This is what we do, is have conversations with people. Real talk with Mariah and Spence.
Yep. Real talk with Mariah and Spence. I like it. All right, guys. We'll see you very soon. Bye.